sing, I call. I sing, I call. Loneliness. I've lost it. Forgotten how to craft our language into song, into riddles, into poetry. An abyss. Emptiness resides, and yet, can you miss a part of your soul that you never knew? Memories waste away while history is captured. I stare out into the world, searching. Okay, so I just finished my first session with my mom, and surprisingly, it went really, really well. I'm like feeling really, really good about it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm in a different place in my life, or my understanding of the Hmong language and culture it's so much more sophisticated than what it was when I was like 14 or 15. And it's funny because my mom feels like she said that this is like my first time trying to learn. I mean, really trying to learn, which it is. But I mean, I remember when she used to like try to like force me how to like learn Vang and learn txhiaj, and I just couldn't do it. Like the sheer thought of it was just so confusing. I didn't understand the language. I didn't understand the words or the sounds. And it's amazing how now today it just felt like it was a world of a difference.
Thầu mà tập bên mong mong khởi lên nó mà nè chỉ trong này thành này nó trong này cũng mấy thằng lòng trâu nó cũng chỉ trong hai đứa này thì cũng nhẹ nhẹ co bên chỉ hai lên nó bên chỉ hai đứa này thì cũng nhẹ co lên giờ lên thì sẽ khởi chỉ dùng mà hai đứa họ ra khởi cho niệm lòng xí nè chỉ này chỉ tê dùng là mà lại tê tua xí.
The Hmong story cloth, we use it for many different reasons, but historically, Hmong people have always used historic cloth as a way to document our history. It's just so important to continue to capture it, our history, so that we don't ever forget where we came from and the struggles that make us who we are today.
You know, as far back as we can track, China is homeland. In the late 1800s, migrating down to Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Laos. There's Hmong people in Australia, Argentina, France, Germany, the US, a lot under refugee status.
So like bây giờ cứ chia mong mà bây là những hải cho năng lo hải cho kiến go kiến đồ lo tên đó kiến go kiến đồ kiến xí lu một đồ kiến tinh gờ chỉ xí lu lo tinh gờ xí lu lo là hải cho giả lên năng đi à phụ những ông một cái chuyện
cú xã thì khó nên nó cho nên tết chờ nó cho tuôn xài lúa tết chờ nó nè là chỉ nhẹ khởi xe là giờ thì cho lâu là chỉ nhẹ khởi xe nè cho nên giờ vì thế là chỉ bao cho khởi xe hay tiền chính bộ lý cha cho họ dù lúc này dù giờ ít tôi mong nè.
I used to have like these dreams and fantasies when I was like 3 or 4 years old, just that someday I was going to be a mega superstar. So it was really discouraging, like watching TV or watching movies or listening to music and knowing that none of those people look like me. My inspiration for this project is my mother, because growing up Hmong in Minnesota suburbia was really hard. Yeah, I was young, but I knew people didn't treat me the same way because of the color of my skin. It made me really insecure about my own worth and just how I fit into America. I began to hate myself because I was Hmong, because I was different. Yeah, I loved singing, but out of fear, I chose silence. And that's why the only person who really ever heard me sing was my mother. She is such a pivotal part of who I am as a strong Hmong American woman today. When I was younger, I did not want to learn it at all. I used to hear my mom singing it, and especially like when we would go to the Hmong New Year or to the soccer tournament, you know, you would hear like these loud voices being boomed over the speakers. I had no idea what they were saying. Honestly, I thought it was just rubbish. Why are you laughing at me? I just learned.
Cú xá tia khó nên nó có xong lòng cỡ khởi chia mong thia cú khia khởi chia mong nó trong con xong giờ ý dạo rong cờ li cho khó tia giờ cho luôn nó thế cho khởi chia là thế mong thế kiến cử mua nó giờอยู่chỉ mua khia thếอยู่chỉ cỡ chỉ đầu lúc xong mùa chỉอยู่bông lợ.
So Hmong flower singing is a term that I coined. The real way to explain this art form in the Hmong language is called txhiaj. Hmong flower singing is a way for Hmong people to be extremely poetic and to be extremely expressive with our words and our thoughts in a way that's more socially acceptable because you are performing, because it is in poetry.
Cái lúc học chia là mà ní cho chúng tôiมีcái hai special lưu cho language cho học chia là thế nào.
We use this heightened language called Balu, which means Hmong flowery words. I like to compare the Hmong flower language to Elizabethan English. It's not something that everybody is well versed in, and Elizabethan English is extremely heightened. The whole structure of the language has rules. However, these rules shift and change. Every dialect in every region has a different voice. The words are exactly the same, but the tone on that word is different. So Hmong flower singing is all about the voice and it's about the poetry. Actually, scratch that. It's just about the poetry. So most of my training is in Western classical music, and the way that we shape our mouth and our vowels are very different. The sound is just a lot brighter and more open, and it's a lot more resonant, if that makes sense. Whereas in traditional Hmong flower singing, for the most part, it's all about the words. And musicality is actually something that's built in from the very beginning too. As soon as you memorize the words, you're expected to perform it beautifully already.
For the new generation here, that they mostly speak English, and even they know how to speak Hmong, they don't know much about the folk song language.
Traditionally, when my mom learned this, and I'm sure when my mom's mom learned this, and dating all the way back to the origins of this craft, it has been taught orally. You would sit with your master, whomever, and the person will just sing you a line, and then you're expected to repeat that. What's the first one? Okay.
Txhiaj is so deeply situated, deeply embedded in Hmong language, and the language itself is already so hard for the young children to learn because it's not a commonly taught language. As they continue to grow up in the U.S. American society speaking English, that good txhiaj will be almost impossible for them.
We're learning a new song, and it is 3 pages long. Okay? It has 8 paragraphs. 8 paragraphs.
那么我修是修，个咪个嘛个嘛，还是说tập lời是多个。
I'm about a month and a half out from my final performance, and to be honest, I'm kind of freaking out. You know, a lot of things have happened, a lot of things have changed. I'm just really stressed. Just really stressed out. Mê pli nhà pli cu ở tu Vang no Vang mừng no mừng chư tu pli nhia pli gu tu me pli nhia pli gu. I'm just feeling so overwhelmed right now, and I can't even like control myself. Like I felt like while I was rehearsing, like I was gonna cry. I couldn't even like
the sounds were coming out great. I'm just
Hmong arts oftentimes are considered like it's considered like a low art, you know, because it's like it's art that's performed like by people. It's like folk art, you know, it's more like communal, and therefore it's like not as prestigious as like classical music, you know, for example. But seriously, the work that my mother does and her abilities to express herself and the poetry and the musicality of this art form, it's incredible. Like if everybody knew how difficult this art form was and how much structure there is, you know, how much poetry goes into it, I think so many people would have such deep respect and fondness for this art form as much as I do.
I would like to introduce, bring up my beautiful mother, Peng Her Vang. 我系依照可切的话要从让了要还有说某某配呢。
I just want to say thank you so much for coming out today and being at a concert. It was such a blast, and I hope you really enjoyed yourself. We'll see you soon!
Guess what? This morning I was shopping at my favorite little French croissant place, Trang Nam in St. Paul, and then I saw this. Wow! I made the front page of the Hmong Times.
It is now 9:50 here at WCCO, and my final guest tonight is a woman named Gaosong V. He's like this. Tell me why this was important for you to do.
This whole thing is really a learning experience. It's like my first venture off as like a performance artist, trying to create my own work as a Hmong American woman navigating the arts world in the Twin Cities. It's like the ability to give my mom space and time to actually pass on this craft to not just only me, but potentially to other students in the future, you know, so that more people can learn about this. Not just Hmong people, like anybody can learn this. It's a celebration of my culture and of my music and of all the wonderful people who have come before, who have practiced this. It's giving Hmong arts and Hmong music the space and the place, giving it the space that it deserves as a beautiful, remarkable art form. Through my journey as an artist, I really have embraced my identity as a Hmong American woman and the arts that make my culture, my people so special, like txhiaj.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I sure appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Have a good night. It's something that I hope that I can continue to explore. That way we can uncover all the beautiful things about Hmong flower singing so that everybody can share it together.
I think through haiku txhiaj, that's been the specific art that has really shown me how the migration path and how the whole experience of diaspora has influenced directly Hmong art, right? Hmong folk art, especially with txhiaj, for example. There's so many different sub-dialects and dialects of the Hmong people in China, the Miao community in China. And so whenever I question myself, you know, is this group truly Hmong? I just ask myself, do they practice txhiaj? And as soon as I find out that they practice txhiaj, right away I know that they are Hmong as I am. You know, as Hmong as any other Hmong in the world could be.
Như là khờ của cho chú chi ở hai khờ xe nào thế con sông của khai khờ xe đâu có ứ cờ to nhưng tụi nó là có cờ bao nhiêu thế
Yes, it's very hard. It's very, very, very difficult. But I feel like I'm getting better, right? You think I'm getting, yeah? You're not just saying that to be nice?
Yeah, chỉ có cái tao đâu mà cô sao để họ nói it's called nhiều cái bí sư thì chỉ mà dùng cơ lý giờ thì cho tôi chân sai xã cần gì một là ní cũng như chỉ khi sẽ đợi bao giờ thì cái xe này đi ra
Exploded, and the house exploded with it. Now that we know he's not alive anymore, the town is safe. The end. Okay.
I sing, I call. I sing, I call. Back to the ancestors who have birthed my spirit. At times I wonder if this is all but a dream, but they sing. Sing me to explore, to discover, to fight. Musical notes paint portraits of a people, my people, who use their art to confess their love, their sins, their sorrows. We sing to revitalize our souls for the spiritual sacrifices we have suffered in order to keep our people alive. We call for moving melodies that reflect the melancholies and massacres of our masses and our music. My brothers and sisters were birthed into melodies of poetry. Over mountaintops and valleys of rice paddy, we sing. Past the Mekong and the Atlantic, we sing. From the Great Wall of China to the red outbacks of Australia, we sing. From the jungles of the Amazon to the Eiffel Tower, we sing. From the deserts of Texas to the lakes of Minnesota, we sing. For centuries displaced, but never lost. Forgotten, but never gone. I was standing next in line to perform for thousands of Hmong people at the Hmong Minnesota New Year singing competition. It was a part of my graduation ceremony for the Hmong singing lessons that my mom and dad were forcing me to take. And I remember I was so scared and took center stage. And then my song came blasting through the speakers and everybody was just screaming. After I finished singing, I floated off stage and my mom was there to catch me and I just started crying because for the first time in my life, I loved being a Hmong person. And I knew from that day forward that I was never going to doubt my Hmong people ever again. And that being Hmong meant that I belonged to a wonderful community. How has this grant helped you? What have been some struggles that you have faced in this process? What is the most difficult thing about this project?
Mình nọ mình chư mà cái hệ mình nọ cái mình nọ mình chư là gì nè txhiaj nè.
Okay. Stripped of body parts and flowing black locks, stripped of standards, titles, fear, and judgment, my heart is your heart. Your heart is my heart. Apart, but never alone. You sing and I'll call. Always. Remembered and reborn, txhiaj lutao, Hmong flower songs. We sing for each other, and we call our spirit back home. It was all worth it. I'm so excited.
Same. It's gonna be good.
Yay. As we honor your gift to our people, shine with all of your glory.